Hi guys, thanks for watching. Happy 4th of July for those of you in America, and for those of you outside of America, I hope you had a lovely Queen's Jubilee. This is the closest thing to a summer day off that we're gonna get. And I hope most of you guys in the United States are off today and able to actually either sleep in or celebrate or do something. I know I'm just catching up on like housework and YouTube and errands and that kind of stuff, but I wanted to film my June favorites because I didn't do my May favorites, and I've kind of consolidated what I wanted to show last month into this month, so I can kind of give you like the best, like kind of like the highlights of the past 2 months. The things that I've been consistently reaching for that are new that you haven't seen yet, or things that I have bought that I haven't shown you in another like haul or something that just make me really happy. So without further ado, I'm gonna get right to it. Food. If you follow me on Instagram, and kind of also on Twitter, you know that I eat a lot of salads and that I eat a lot of, I'm a vegetarian, but I like a lot of greens and like new ways to do salads. And I typically, like for dinner, a lot of the times I'll make like an omelet with like a salad with it. And I have been obsessed with this. It's called Mache. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Mache Rosettes. It's by Epic Roots. It's just organic. It says triple wash, ready to eat. I buy this at Whole Foods. I want to say it's like $4 or $5 for this container, but they're perfect because they're small. And they're like little nutty little rosettes, and they're not a pain to eat. They're not a pain to cut. Like my problem with a lot of traditional lettuces, it's just really like cutting it. It's just a pain in the ass just to get it like a bite size. And this is like the perfect size. It adds flavor. It's not too heavy. It's just great. And I really, really love it. And what I typically do is I'll make this with an omelet and some like red pepper and cherry tomatoes, spinach, or I'll throw this in the omelet as well, and a little bit of organic Mexican shredded cheese, and I'll put watermelon with some more tomatoes in my salad. I'm like a tomato freak. I could eat tomatoes exclusively for the rest of my life and be happy. I love tomatoes. But I will put this on the side, and it is just the perfect side. I love it. I love, love, love it. This is, swear to God, like my favorite salad green. So, and then the other thing that I've been doing, especially lately, because I've been trying to, I'm really, really, really trying to lose weight. So I'm making concrete effort, and like I'm carving time, and it's just hard. So anyway, I'm a sweet person. I'm not the biggest salty person in the world, but I love chocolate and sweet and whatever. So in an effort to kind of merge my love of sugar and chocolate and candy and baked goods with my need for protein and fiber and all that crap, is these Luna Nuts over chocolate bars. Right now, at least where I live, they're buy one get one half off at Rite Aid, so they're even cheaper than buying them at Target. But I like this for two things. First off, a lot of these bars have just garbage in them. I mean, it's like crap that you wouldn't eat normally, and there's no way I'm gonna eat it for 20 grams of protein. So this has 9 grams of protein, but it also only has 180 calories. And some of those bars are like 250, 260, and I'm like, what the hell? It has 6 grams of fat, which is lower than a lot of the other bars. It has 25 grams of carbs. It has 4 grams of fiber. Most of these protein bars that I'm noticing, no, baby, have like no fiber in them, or like 1 gram of fiber. That's not gonna hold me over. And for protein, I need more than just protein. I need fiber, because this has to kind of multitask. And it only has 10 grams of sugar, which the other bars, again, like it may not have the most protein in them, but it has enough of the other stuff to make it actually, in my opinion, it's a better choice. And I like the fact that it's like 70% organic, and yeah, it says it's 70% organic. So it's more my kind of cup of tea in terms of a bar, and I can reach for this instead of reaching for the chocolate jar at work, and I feel I'm happier with that decision. So this I'm loving. Something else, 2 things. One is I don't take summer vacations. I typically vacation in like the other months, but everybody else vacations this month, which is why I don't do it. But in the spirit of summer and beaches, I'm into beach reading, and this is a book that I have had for a while and absolutely love it. It is by no means like an intellectual book. Believe me, I like my documentaries and my biographies, and I'm obsessed with Einstein and a few other people, but I followed the Twitter for this, and I was looking for some other book on Amazon, and this was recommended, and it made me laugh my ass off just reading like the back of it. It's called White Girl Problems, and it's just one of those things where if Paris Hilton were self-aware and hysterically funny, this book would be her. It's absolutely hilarious, and the things that she says just, I mean, it's by no means relatable. It's like, listen to this. I'll just synopsize the back for you. And it says, Babe Walker, center of the universe, is a painstakingly manicured white girl with an expensive smoothie habit, a proclivity for Louboutins, a mysterious mother she's never met, and approximately 50 bajillion Twitter followers. But her problems have landed her in shopping rehab. That's what happens when you spend $246,893.50 in one afternoon at Barney's. Now she's decided to write her memoir, revealing the gut-wrenching hurdles that she's had to overcome in order to be perfect in every way, every day. Hurdles such as, I hate my horse, every job I've ever had is the worst job I've ever had, he's not a doctor, a lawyer, or a prince, and I'll eat anything as long as it's gluten-free, dairy-free, low-carb, low-fat, low-calorie, sugar-free, and organic. This is literally hysterical. Like, you will laugh your ass off. I just think, I mean, for a beach read book, I don't think you can get a funnier book, and it's not trashy. It's not like 50 Shades of Grey, because I refuse to read that shit. Another thing that that has just made me happy, every time I see this, I just smile. This is the Flaming Shoe ornament, obviously. I went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in the end of May to see the Schiaparelli and Prada Impossible Conversations exhibit. And if I really, really love Elsa Schiaparelli. I think she's amazing. I think she was amazing. She is just she's a force, she was a force, and I just genuinely admire strong women who refuse to be told no and who refuse to do things because that's what is expected of them or whatever. I love women who kind of shake the system and challenge the norm, and I really respect that, and she's amazing. So anyway, as soon as I saw that was what the Met Gala exhibit was this year, I was determined to go see it, and it actually worked out that I did get to see it sometime in August. If you have the opportunity to go to New York, if you live in New York, if you live by New York City, and go to this exhibit, even if you don't quite know about these two women, Miuccia Prada, who's still alive, and Elsa Schiaparelli, they never got a chance to meet, but there are amazing similarities between the two of them. And there's a film playing at the beginning of the exhibit when you walk in, and it is basically it's Miuccia Prada, like the actual woman who's still alive and who is very much still active, and then Elsa Schiaparelli, who's played by Judy Baker, I want to say. It starts with a B, Judy something or other. You'll know her when you see her. Anyway, so she plays Elsa Schiaparelli, and throughout the exhibit, they basically, it's kind of two-pronged. There's literally like almost like a walking tour that you walk through, and they've paired items of Schiaparelli and Prada together to show you how unbelievably similar the two of them are. They are just drawn to the same things, and they have kind of made these three types of chic, and they also highlight what makes them individually unique and then also similar together. So when you first walk in, you see the film and you see these two Schiaparelli interviews that was like Schiaparelli versus Stalin, and that instantly grabs your attention because everybody knows who Stalin is, and then and why is Schiaparelli even being considered against him, and like who is this woman, for those of you who don't know who she is. It was an awesome way to walk into the exhibit. But then as you go through, you see quotes on the walls, and you see, you know, what inspired them to manifest this type of chic or this outfit or this look or whatever it was. But it's very thought-provoking, and some of the quotes that they've got on the walls about why they are the way they are and why they're drawn to these aesthetics and whatnot. It's fascinating. But they had one of the things that they're famous for, that Prada was famous for, is the flaming shoe. You see when you walk in, you actually see the shoe. There's a wall of them, and then there's a wall of hats. It's like hats and shoes, and the hats are all Schiaparelli and the shoes are all Prada. And then you see like tops and bottoms, and all the tops and all the bottoms are, you know, one is Schiaparelli and one is Prada, and they're paired together, and you see like it's a full outfit. It's just amazing. If you get a chance to go, go. It is, you won't regret it. I personally genuinely like Schiaparelli, and I was blown away. I was really moved. I actually was with a group, and I had to duck away from the group and kind of compose myself, because I was really, I mean, it's moving. It's moving for people who respect fashion, who understand like why fashion is an art and why there's a history to it, and you know, people who write it off as, you know, getting dressed in the morning. People who really kind of understand it. You'd be amazed at how impactful it actually is. But anyway, so I bought a few things, and one of the things I bought, I was determined to buy this, was the flaming shoe ornament. I knew that they had it, and I was oh my god, it's just gonna go on my Christmas tree, and I genuinely love this thing. I'm so excited I have it. It's gorgeous, and it look at this Prada Flame Shoe, and it was $30, but in my opinion, it was $30 well spent, because I'm never gonna get to do this again. And I really like the Met Gala. I like the Costume Institute. I think it's an interesting, I think it's interesting what it does, and I think what it highlights is amazing, because it does kind of democratizes fashion in a way that I don't think many other things can, because it makes it accessible. It puts it in a museum. You can walk through it. It's for like 3 months, but it's just really cool to go and to see these things, and to see, you know, other people get excited. Like I think I was standing next to some fashion student, and she was with her friend, and she was like hitting her friend. She was like, oh my god, oh my god. And she was standing in front of the stuff, and she was, I studied this. And like, she was like crying. She was like legitimately like sobbing, crying. And you could tell that this is something that genuinely affected her, and this is what makes her want to do this with her life, and to see it in person, and to see like the handiwork and the lace and the beadwork, and to know this was all done by hand, and to see everything. It just is overwhelming for somebody who, you know, I don't own anything like super expensive, and I don't own Louboutins, I don't own Prada shoes or anything like that. But to see something in person, it's just to, you instantly understand why this is art, and why this is different, and why this should be respected. And it's just so cool, and I'm really glad that I got a chance to go. And I bought a few other things, but this was the one thing that I was like, I mean, this is art. Like, look at that. That's a real shoe. I mean, that is, obviously it's an ornament, but clearly it's not an actual shoe. But to see that in person, and to go, wow, that is true. It's just cool. So anyway, so that was something that I'm really loving, and I am really grateful that I had an opportunity to see in person. So then, something else that I've been loving. I bought this at Lush. It's the Olive Branch Shower Gel. And I freaking love this. It says it brings a touch of the Mediterranean to your shower with fresh mandarin, fair trade olive oil, and vine leaf. It has bergamot, I think, in it too. Yeah, it does. It has bergamot in it. And it's just, it smells beautiful. I love it. And I think it does a lot of good. I put on a loofah that I bought at Target, and I'm like, crazy about this stuff. And then something else that I am loving is this candle. I bought this candle recently from Anthropologie, and I have it in my bathroom, and this smell, when you first walk in, it's just beautiful. It's the Lavender and Sage Bougie soy candle. It's made exclusively for Anthropologie, so you can only get this at Anthropologie. If you can, and you feel like spending $24 on a candle, buy this bitch, because it is crazy good. and it burns really clean. It just is, and it burns even. It doesn't have like that well, like my Target candle has a well in it, and I hate that about cheap candles because you can't like light it. You have to get like one of those long lighters to get down there. It's a pain in the ass. So anyway, I'm loving that. Two last things that I'm really digging. I bought this brush eons ago, and I bought it because Candy Johnson featured it in one of her videos. I don't remember which video it was, and girlfriend's got like 500 videos, so I'm not gonna go looking for it. But it's a teasing brush, and it's like $6, and it's from Teasing U it's called Teasing U by Monroe. This brush is how I tease my hair. Because my hair is really coarse, and a rat tail comb will just get broken. But I love this thing. It gives me the best volume. And it's nice because not only can you tease it, but then you can just kind of like brush it to kind of smooth the top down. I'm loving this. And lately I got my hair cut, I don't know when. And I got layers put back into them because I wanted more lift. So she gave me shorter layers in the back. And I've really been able to like get in there and tease the crap out of it. And I'm loving this brush because my hair is coarse and heavy and it wasn't holding shit. So then, my last thing that I'm going to talk about is my bronzer. You guys know that I have probably used every single bronzer on the face of the earth. And the one that I hadn't used, except I haven't used the new Dior, but the one that I hadn't used, because I didn't like how much it cost, even though everybody and their brother raves about it, was the Guerlain Terracotta bronzer. And I didn't know which one to buy because there's like 17 different kinds, and then they have the marble effect, and then they have the solid color ones, and they have the Four Seasons ones, which are like $75, and I'm like, holy crap, I don't know. So anyway, I went to Sephora, 2 different trips, played with them, thought about it, mulled it over, came back and bought one. This is the Guerlain number 3. I did not think I bought the right color. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was a little too red for me. I thought it was gonna look weird. I love this bronzer. This bronzer is $50. This is $50. But let me tell you something. I had a MAC one that I really liked for $25. That thing lasted me no time at all. I was digging into that pan. God, it was the briefest $25. This, I've had this for a while, and I use this every day. This is pigmented. This doesn't get splotchy. It doesn't wear where it gets kind of chunky. I don't know if you guys have that problem, but I do. It just is beautiful. It blends really nicely. It says it's moisturizing and long lasting. I can vouch for the long lasting. I don't really need moisture, but I guess it does moisturize. I don't know. I have pretty oily skin, but this stuff, I mean, I sucked it up and paid it, and I don't regret it at all. I love this bronzer. It is gorgeous. It is well worth it. It is just, there's a reason why it's the gold standard. There's a reason why it costs the amount of money that it does. It just works. So I really love this. This is what I will consider to be my holy grail bronzer. I think in terms of cost payoff, pigmentation, everything else, spot on. It's the best. It's 10 grams, 0.35 ounces. That's normal. That's a normal compact. You don't get more, but you don't have to dig. That's the one thing that I would say is I don't dig in this nearly as much as I digged in my other. And like my NARS bronzer, I used to go to town in that. I just, like, I don't have that problem with this. I love it. I love it. So let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to see. I think I'm going to be able to be filming a little bit more this month. Life seems to be calming down a little bit. I don't want to jinx it though, so knock on wood. And then the other thing I want to tell you is I know I had mentioned this before, but I'm going to do a mom tag with my mom. Somebody had asked me to do it. You guys really like my mom, so I'm gonna do a mom tag with her at some point. Hopefully, maybe this weekend. But I will keep you posted. Oh, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram and follow me on Facebook or friend me on Facebook. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.